What's up, man?
How you doing?
Take the shoes off.
Thank you.
Dude, Bottle Rocket, man. I'm sorry, I had to bring that up. Oh, we are? Okay, cool. It's one of the best movies of all time, by the way.
Thank you.
Love that flick.
Yeah, that was the first movie we ever did.
And James was involved too.
Jim Brooks, he was the guy who produced it.
Yeah.
He was the guy that made it happen. Have you interviewed him?
I did. I just talked to him like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, he was the person. He brought us out to Los Angeles and made it happen.
So he discovered you and Luke?
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
and Wes. Yeah.
Oh, Wes too. Wow.
Yeah.
So how's your relationship? Has it grown? Do you work with him differently now that you have become
No,
a
it's
successful
still it's sort of like when you have like a teacher that like you've kind of like really idolize or think is great, and you really want them to like you.
Yeah.
That sometimes it can make you even more nervous. It's like, I think because he played such a big role in our lives and kind of helping us, that like, Luke and Wes and we always kind of think of him still kind of as just really look up to him. Yeah. So it would be hard for me ever to think of him as just this kind of, it's just like, he's still kind of, and then also just, the stuff that, his body of work is so kind of impressive.
Well, I loved you in the film, and
Thank you.
I had to bring up the fact that you're on the Nationals, because I'm from D.C.
Yes.
That's our team.
Yeah.
And we suck.
But you guys do have that guy, Strasburg,
right, but he's
who,
gone.
He's gone for a year,
yeah,
right?
He has to get that surgery.
It's
so
one of the worst. That was like the worst news, because he did seem like he was like one of those kind of like,
right, next Nolan Ryan or something.
Yeah, like a phenom that was gonna like he was like on the cover of Sports Illustrated every start. ESPN was covering. You wanted to see it kind of because of what he was doing. So you can only hope, I guess, that he kind of. And now it does seem like people kind of come back from Tommy John and sometimes do even better, but such a drag.
I know.
Man.
But I wanted to ask you, because it was great, because when you were watching the scene when you and Reese are in your apartment, that SportsCenter's on, it goes Nationals won. I haven't heard that in like 5 years on SportsCenter. They don't even talk about that. But you actually shot a great scene in Nationals Park, right?
Yeah.
And that scene when you're in the water treadmill, that was actually in the locker room.
Yeah. It was fun filming in D.C., but like the highlight was definitely filming there at kind of the Nationals and kind of being in the bullpen. And my older brother was working that day, and so we were kind of throwing the baseball around
on the field itself.
Yeah, and it was just kind of I think kind of every kid kind of dreams about being kind of a professional athlete, so kind of getting to kind of do those scenes and kind of seeing the clubhouse and like, these clubhouses are really nice, and then like that thing that I'm jogging in that's like a whirlpool with like a treadmill is like just kind of badass.
Did you get to watch any of the game? Did you just stay for a game ever? Because I know you guys filmed on a day they were off.
Yeah. They had 2 games that they invited us to, and it was, it does seem like it's like it's a work in progress.
But I have to bring up, the movie nails relationships. Like it perfectly, because like your character and then you have Paul Rudd's character. What are you like in real life? Like when you were in middle school and high school, were you confident in asking girls out like your character is, or were you kind of like nervous?
It was. Well, I think everybody, I think you kind of have probably aspects of kind of both characters. There are times where you're kind of like, feeling pretty good, and maybe you can kind of channel that kind of Maddie type thing. And then there's times more probably like the, like George kind of, who's kind of struggling a little bit and like a little bit more, self-conscious kind of with his approach. But I would like to think that, that if I had to write like a note, that I wouldn't need to write down just the one sentence the way Maddie does, that I'm maybe a little bit more articulate than that.
Well, congratulations on the movie. I told myself if I ever met you that I would tell you that thank you for making me cry like a little baby in Marley and Me.
Oh.
I walked out, my shirt was soaked. I was done. I mean,
That was a tearjerker.
Oh, it was great. It was a great flick. So congratulations.
Okay,
man.
thank
Seriously.
you.